Hey, welcome to my channel. Basically, we just the race finished, the Monaco race, not the NASCAR 500, but the Formula One Grand Prix Monaco race finished. Honestly, it came out to be what it expected, unless there was going to be some fatal crash, fatal engine failure, not fatal crash, I mean fatal engine failure, or a crash, or bad pit strategy. Everything pretty much finished out the way it did, basically, for the first 3 or 4 spots. I mean, you got essentially Lando Norris finished first, Leclerc second, Piastri third, and then Max Verstappen number four. Now Hamilton, yeah, because of the grid penalty, he was able to get back up to five, basically. But in reality, is he was never going to get six or anything like that. I mean, he was never going to get fourth or third for that matter. He was never going to basically get on the podium. But the thing is watching the Monaco race for so long. Now, granted, it's been about, I would say, about maybe 10 years, close to 10 years. I still not sure what the allure of it is, quite honestly. Yes, it's great that it's street within the streets within the city itself, basically in Monaco, but and its own streets. But the problem is, I think the way they set the streets up, it's so hard for a driver to overtake. I mean, if a driver does overtake, that's one of the most amazing thing about the race is if you can overtake, that means you've done something really impressive. Or two, the driver that was overtaken did something really stupid. But the reality is anyone that actually advances, it's only because of bad pit stops, pit stop strategy, or two, the pit stop itself basically came out to the point where the mechanics screwed up. And that's pretty much kind of comes down to basically is those two. Those are the two big things. Is big reasons why, a majority of reasons, anyways, where a driver is able to advance. Or three, like there can be an issue with the car at that point, and then they have no choice but to let someone through at that point. But in any case, I think Monaco, the racetrack, has to be revisited a little bit. Not the racetrack, but as far as the racing circuit itself, it has to be revisited a little bit. Um, it, it's great for the backdrop scenery, but at the same time, I think, yeah, the tunnel scene is great. The tunnel aspect is great, but turn nine, not so great. I mean, quite honestly, I think it needs to expand a little bit more, quite honestly, more than I don't know. That's just my opinion. But, I mean, the season's turning, going out to what I didn't anticipate it to be. I mean, I knew there was going to be a fight for the total championship versus the drivers' championship versus the constructors' cup. Constructors' cup, quite honestly, yeah, I thought it was going to be between McLaren and Red Bull, but Suzuki's not living up to his expectation. Now, if I mean, I hate to say this, but if I'm Christian Horner, I hate to say this, but I'm going to give Suzuki another two more races. If he can't get onto the podium or at least get into the top six in these next two races, he's got to get no consistently for both races. The next two races, he's got to get at least finish top six. It's not just one or the other; it's both. If he doesn't, I hate to say this, but Suzuki is not deserving for the race bull, car basically. Because quite honestly, Max when he came on, he was, like he was definitely, getting up there basically. I mean, he was not getting to the podium, but at least he was finishing, and you were seeing his potential. Similar to what Piastri was with, with the McLaren basically, and like I think everyone that's saying Piastri like leading the leaderboard, I'm not surprised. I saw his potential. I saw him like last year. I can see why Omer basically from Alpine at the time or Renault at the time recognized his talent. I can see why he was pissed off McLaren stole him. And it's showing right now at this point as well too. Kimi Antonelli, he's still young. I mean, the question comes down to is this: is will Total Wolf be able to redesign Mercedes around Antonelli? Yes, Russell probably makes sense, but Russell isn't. I don't think he should be the leader. I mean, he's shown some brilliance, but yeah, he's leading. But I think probably because he's the number one driver. If you made Antonelli the number one driver, I think it might be a different story at that point. Antonelli, of course, remember this is Antonelli's rookie season, and he's only an 18-year-old kid. So just like Max, I mean, quite honestly, well, put it this way: the fact that Antonelli jumped from Formula One to Formula Four to Formula One practically it shows how good he is. And I mean, with the not how good he is, but the raw talent that he has that can be molded. The question is who can mold him? Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari. I mean, Ferrari's got it. I mean, the car is there. I think it just is a few more tweaks, and he probably can get be back in the leaderboard at that point. But reality is I don't know what's going to happen. Quite honestly, I think Hamilton probably made the mistake of going to Ferrari. I mean, yeah, it makes sense for the allure because it's Ferrari, but honestly, if he wanted that shot, probably should have stuck with Red Bull, honestly, or two, gone back to McLaren. He could probably gone back to McLaren itself, basically. But of course, McLaren had Piastri. Now, the real question comes down to this: is Sainz does Sainz probably regret leaving McLaren and going to Ferrari, knowing full well that he got ousted by Ferrari? I don't know because from Sainz's perspective, I think every driver's perspective, like Ferrari, driving Ferrari is like your ultimate goal practice, and then winning one is also the ultimate goal as well at that point as well too, and bringing him back to prominence. So it made sense for Sainz's perspective. But Alonso, had he stuck it out, it's possible. It's possible McLaren, like he would be, getting his third championship at that point, but or looking for his third championship, but he screwed up and he goofed. Um, it would have been interesting to have seen if, like, if Hamilton seeing the way McLaren was going, and I guess it's more so to the point where, like, I hate to say it, but Daniel Ricciardo shows his. I hate to, yeah. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo, as good as he was, personality wise, it shows that probably his skills had declined massively because the car hasn't changed as much. Piastri was able to get the best out of his car, similar to what it was with Red Bull. Like Suki was able to get a lot out. And look at what Lawson's doing right now too. Lawson's like doing unbelievable as well to an Hodger. I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, it made sense to like get rid of. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Daniel, he was good for the sport from a personality perspective. So I think it makes more sense for him to be a commentator and a spokesperson than an actual driver now. Um, Bottas, I mean, honestly, his age is up there. I mean, unless he wait, yeah, his shot is basically. I would say he would have to wait for basically Alonso to retire so that he could take Alonso's spot. But outside of that, yeah, I'm not sure what else to say, quite honestly. Um, that scared me a little bit there. Outside of that, yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be an interesting set of races right now. I mean, honestly, the next four races will tell us, or will probably give us a clearer picture of who's going to be there between the top two at this point. Right now, yes, you're seeing Piastri, you're seeing Norris, and you're seeing Verstappen, and of course Russell right there in the mix of things, but not as much. Leclerc, I mean, I hate to say it, but Leclerc, he's got the talent, but I don't think he's as consistent as he should be. And it'd be interesting to see. Hamilton's definitely the number one. It's just a matter of can Hamilton adjust to the car. I think it's going to take him another year before we see him back where he's at. But by that point, who knows with Mercedes? They might have, jump up considerably. But the other factors is let's not forget Williams. I mean, quite honestly, Albon. Now, I hate to say this, Alex Albon was driving a little bit erratic. I don't want to say erratic, but I don't think Monaco is his best racing circuit. I think he's got to get used to that because, like, I'll be honest, that what the way he drove, quite honestly, I could see what happened with Russell, and I could see what happened with that. And I mean, like the way the guy was braking at turn at that chicane. I mean, honestly, it made sense for them to like pass by. That's the sad part about it. So, uh, I. With the other races, it'll be interesting to see how Alex Albon does as well too. Signs, I think he's not going to be in that top tier as he should have been. I really wish for he could be there, but unfortunately he's not there yet. I mean, the only way he gets to that point is if Williams' car is massively upgraded in the following 2 years. That's the only way I'm seeing that happening. And the problem is like at least he's consistent. At least he's not crashing the car as much, and like the way Lawton was at the point. It'd be great to see an American actually come back into Formula One and actually race a car and actually win a championship. But that might take a while, quite honestly. That might take quite a while. Or sorry, Largent, basically. I'm sorry, not Lon, but Largent. And Largent was, I don't know. In any case, it'll be interesting to see what happens there as well too. But outside of that, yeah, let me know your thoughts with Formula One. Like, do you agree with me? That's one thing I'm looking for. Is should the Monaco? I don't want to say get rid of the circuit. Should the circuit be modified? The question is, I don't know, like what the rules are in circuit modifications, but I think it should be modified a little bit. I don't think it should be lost because of the history of it, but it's definitely got to be modified a little bit. I think people were coming in to see for the overtakes more. I mean, they would love to see overtakes because at these other circuits, you're seeing great overtakes. Monaco, you're not going to see that as much, and that's the sad part of it. The way you see it is basically is more so than anything else. You're looking at the qualifiers, and you find out like like that's the thing, and that's the sucky part. I think people want to see the actual races themselves, and like, because like, come on, overtake. So I think Monaco might Monaco has to change its circuit a little bit to make that a possibility of essentially for the overtaking part. But again, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Monaco should change a little bit, honestly? Outside of that, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the rest of the season as well too. Like, with do you think Piastri does win it, or do you think Verstappen can come back and like, probably gain that, championship at the end of the season? We're interested to see. I do read all my comments. I do respond to them when they warrant a response. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you don't, you're welcome to dislike it as well too. I'm not gonna force you to do it. But I do ask one thing is if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, I do thank you for that, and I appreciate it. And please don't unsubscribe, please. Anyways, with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.